I'm sorry, I'm going to continue documenting. How are they pacing? They engage in what is the demonic pacing by one after another walking out of the cafe. They are crossing path with me as I am walking toward and crossing the street, and the people of the state are maintaining presence under this light source, which is not over some cafe at 101 South Main Street in Pomona, getting off of the Route 61 Omnitrans coming from Ontario, where the sun is rising over me in the morning, like you saw at 7:30 in the morning. And then I'm getting on the Route 61 bus. I'm going westbound, passing Montclair at Ramona and Holt. The sun doesn't remain there on this day, on March 22nd, as I've documented. It remains stationary over me at that intersection for the duration of the day. All right, the entity flying over me at that intersection in plane and helicopter, documenting that. But no, on this day, just like you saw this morning, I'm reminding you about Route 83 going northbound. It remains stationary if I get off at 204 North Euclid Avenue, the 7-Eleven, the same 7-Eleven where it's present setting after 6 p.m. All right, but it will remain in alignment with me if I stay on that Route 83 and continue on that path, which is the pattern of conduct of stalking with the light source, which is what the entity is doing. You're seeing that inside of my bedroom, the pattern of conduct of stalking with light. That's why it's on my ceiling inside of my bedroom in the depths of my apartment. And you're also understanding what is real-time knowledge of what I'm doing on my phone, because while I research a third party who I'm going to civilly and criminally prosecute for engaging in federal stalking, which is criminal facilitation of the state surveillance system, that is Albertson's companies, who then send third-party group stalkers who are monitoring me, threatening my life, that is, in concert with this entity that's maintaining a specific environment, while you call yourself engaging in what is a service, a provision of service that the target individual has even requested. Okay, the ordinary target individual may or may not even know that they're subject to the pattern of conduct, and there is no legal excuse for engaging in the state's criminal system, period. There is no sun that is going to be shared where I am showing you that light source. That's called pursuing with light. Stalking with light on my ceiling is called pursuing with light. The disappearance of that light was simultaneous to my researching a third-party group stalker is the evidence of what is federal stalking on the venue of the internet with communication devices. I want to point something out to you. There is no sun, and this same pattern of stalking with light in my bedroom, it's not separate and not occurring, in other words, while I'm in the presence of what are another state actor, and that is the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, and that's exactly what you witnessed on March 22nd, 2022, which is the same time of year. It's April 28, 2024. It is during daylight savings time. It's the exact same time, and you have already witnessed the entity engaging in the asininity. In other words, prosecuting the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department already. So all I'm doing is creating a video right now, speaking directly to them, because I'm going to prosecute them and expose them. They will be listed as what are group stalkers maintained by the Department of Justice. I am speaking to what is disbanding such corrupt, demon-infected agencies who are kidnapping American citizens, defaming them, harassing them directly and vicariously through the people of the state. Okay, so I want to be clear. They are engaging in what is group stalking as they are walking out of that cafe, one demon after another, and engineered light is all over that cafe, all over the sidewalk, and they are looking. You can look at the perplexed looks on those demons' faces because they don't know what to say when they're exposed. Let me be clear. The demon-possessed are highly hostile, but they are also confronted with the fact that they have to maintain their composure, especially on the face, okay, on the face. This is a secret society that can't react without any cause on its face, because the evening news will be like, well, why did they get so upset with the targeted individual? That's not going to be the vocabulary though, but I'm giving you the reality. Why do they get so upset with the targeted individual and then just begin attacking them and arresting or cussing them out, acting so out of, especially while I'm running my camera, okay? But if you pay attention to the documentation on this day, pay attention to the facial expressions, and this is just commentary, additional commentary with regard to you're prosecuted in the specific environment. You're prosecuted with regard to the pattern of conduct and the impossible light activity, period. But I'm giving you the ability to pay attention to the demon possessed. Pay attention to their facial expressions. Pay attention to their statements. Pay attention to what they're not saying. Pay attention to all that, okay? And they are looking perplexed. Not because I'm saying anything that they don't know about. It's because I'm speaking to what is supposed to be a secret. And the secret is the presence of the environment, the observation, the impossible light activity, and their condition. All of this is a secret. All of it. And I want to be clear, there is no shared environment. The sun is not over, in other words, my apartment from the beginning to the end of the day, first of all. But second of all, the sun is not over my apartment at the same time. It's hovering over me at 101 South Main Street, Suite D, at the cafe where I am documenting the pattern of conduct. Remember, on that day, not only do I document and expose the demon-possessed agency, that's the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, who are engaging in criminal activity while they are bearing badges and outwardly conducting themselves as though they are engaging in something legitimate related to their job, their group stalk, and they're engaging in the criminal system. And they're not doing it ignorantly, because they're also engaging in what is the outward demonstration of demon possession. The demonic light activity. Opening and closing your door is never going to result in what is light activity all over the person or all over surfaces. You are looking at the demonstration of demon possession, which again, the entity is engaging in unbeknownst to you because you're not paying attention. So I want to be clear, those are distinct methods of stalking with light. It is also how the demon possessed exhibit and demonstrate and communicate hostility. This is what the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department engaged in on this day. There is no sun that's over my living room window at 9:03 in the morning, aiming any sunlight through my apartment onto the floor through closed blinds, which is magnified in size. This is the light activity that was surrounding while the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department were group stalking. This is the light source, not the sun, that is over my head while I am in the presence of group stalkers, as I am showing you an indiscriminate method of documenting and exposing demonic activity occurring in the state of California and its criminal conduct. It's group stalking. Let me be clear. Demons group stalk. Demons act in packs. Demons are highly malicious and dishonest creatures. They're roaches in the spirit, okay? I want to be clear. They are engaging in maintaining position in law enforcement. They are in the medical field. They are covering what they are a population of them engaging in what is a secret society. And that, by the way, is why you can have some supposedly random third-party drive-by 1826 Lobdell Place that is a green wooden fence, and you have what is the impossible light activity coexisting every single time somebody drives by that. While they're supposedly under the sun that would be above your vehicle, but yet you have impossible light spreading all across on the driver's side of of their vehicles, no matter what vehicle it is, the driver's side, while that gate is covered in shade and the light source is above them. That's connecting a system. And I want to be clear, there is no respecter of persons. All right. Not only are they captured engaging in group stalking, they were also captured engaging in group stalking on July 20th, 2020. When I went to Los Angeles, and there was never going to be any sun while I'm getting up in Ontario. I'm walking to Upland. I'm getting on Metrolink in the city of Upland, and I'm showing you the light source that's over me at that train station at Union Station in Los Angeles in the middle of the afternoon. The entity is keeping the light source outside of my living room window in the middle of the afternoon. As you see, I'm reminding you the light source is rising over me in Ontario while the entity is engaging what conducting as though the sun is rising right here in alignment to my living room window. And then you have 6 hours later, it's outside of my bedroom window. It's still here. And even farther beyond that, it's supposedly setting outside of my bedroom window. That's how you know what are the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. It is not just those actors that I documented. It is exposing the entire department. It's the same thing with the demons of the Los Angeles Police Department. You have what is beyond any coincidence capturing years of group stalking, that is stalking by police departments, also occurring in the very specific environment that I have pointed out to you. The scientific impossibility coexists with this following behavior by these corrupt law enforcement agencies. That is the pattern of conduct. All right. It's not just the fact that they're following. I have shown you that they're following in the environment, which is a scientific impossibility. The sun is never rising and setting at the same address, period. Sunlight is never appearing on your ceilings, even outside of what's supposed to be the external explanation for light. Well, there's no explanation for that with regard to the illusion in my bedroom. OK, that's the same system that's underway in the presence of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. This is the same address where the Los Angeles Police Department are engaged in hovering, stalking day in and day out, with simultaneity to what I'm doing on my phone. All of the entity is monitoring and aware of every syllable that I utter, even now, okay? That's an impermissible threat. So you're talking about disbanding such law enforcement agencies as a matter of justice, engaging in what is a secret criminal system which is threatening the lives and the liberty and the well-being of American citizens in this country. Okay, this terrorism via directed light, the evidence of demon possession of those that are surrounding you, it is literally the presence of the demonic while you're looking at the light activity. That's what you're looking at on my ceiling. That's what you were looking at underneath my bed, and in that video, you saw the light activity grow in real time. That's the demonic. That's the condition of those that are in that environment. That's the condition of those that are surrounding in your path. It's group stalking. Demons cross your path in the presence of this engineered light. You are looking at the same pattern of conduct, different iterations of the same exact P.O.C. So while no demon is physically present, the demon possessed are physically surrounding, including in the sky space, i.e. the Los Angeles Police Department. And then you have what is maintaining engineered light, which is inside wherever it is that I'm located, not just over the apartment, not just in the apartment, but where I'm at in the apartment. Understand that's the sex offender that also knows what I'm doing when my panties are down, keeping me under hovering close, very disturbing surveillance. Listening, monitoring, stalking with audible activity, pacing all around like psychopaths while your panties are down. Very highly demented, sexually motivated criminal conduct. Okay, it is currently 9:19 a.m. and I want to document Albertsons companies engaging in what is monitoring on my phone. I'll go ahead and take a screenshot of that. They are engaging in what is federal stalking. This is the same thing that Speaker Companies is doing. You're understanding what is not merely the operation of businesses. You have the entity engaging in what is the operation of your communication device with ongoing knowledge of what you're doing for purposes of federal stalking criminal conduct, and also real-time knowledge of any and everyone that you're speaking to. And this is the personalization of a criminal system because you're dealing with what is actually demonic. And it's doing nothing other than occurring under the guise of company names. All right. So in the same way that Vons refrained from giving me a timely option to pick substitutions for my groceries, they engage in creating what is a text message on my phone as I was documenting them in the specific environment last week. This was Wednesday, actually. And they do so the moment that I'm walking into my living room, beginning to operate my phone. That's not a coincidence. There are none, by the way, in the specific environment, whether I'm ordering the services or not. So understand, never forget. The pattern is underway, and then you're getting beyond, oh, no, there are no coincidences. It's not possible that you have any coincidences at this juncture in the prosecution, by the way. But there's not possibly, when you're looking at engineered light on your ceiling, you're understanding what is a very well-oiled machine for purposes of targeting an American citizen. They know exactly what you're doing at all times, and so does Albertsons. And so 9:08 a.m., this is documentation of what is federal stalking, which they're also doing when I'm on their website, and all of the entity is monitoring what's going on my phone, the bank account, the credit card that I'm using that I'm paying with, what's going on with my bank account as I'm expending those funds to pay for it, the third-party group stalker that then arrives and is monitoring you in relevant position with the state that is stalking by helicopter, that is threatening your life, engaging in the state surveillance system in relevant position and on the venue of the internet in violation of Title 18, excuse me. And so this is what is underway. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is group stalking, as I documented that at 9:03 in the morning. And as you also know, there is no sun that's going to be over the LA County courthouses. The entity is engaging in what is federal group stalking and monitoring on an ongoing basis. And Metro Court in particular, as I documented in October of 2018, this is LAPD, engaging in group stalking as I documented substantially on video. They are keeping me under surveillance, they are monitoring me, and then engaging in what is harassment by an entity, a threat to your life, abuse literally of their position because they're already stalking you, and then the psychopaths that are wearing diapers because they're so heavily stalking you, then stopping you for a traffic stop under the so-called reasonable suspicion of not wearing your seatbelt. That's a psychopath. They know exactly what you're doing. They know when my panties are down, okay? I.e. the light activity. They know when my panties are down, and so then they're stopping you under the guise, it's nothing other than monitoring, and it's in the specific environment, and I documented this in 2018. That act of terrorism and a threat to my safety is exactly why I began documenting very closely the state of California, who were engaging in a pattern of following me and harassing me by law enforcement specifically, okay? And that's exactly where it started. It started with LAPD, and it's gonna be finished with LAPD and the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. It is currently 9:23 a.m., and this is P.O.C.